Hello, and welcome to your online Introduction to Sociology course. I apologize, normally I have my webcam up so you can see me in person, but my webcam is not working, so we're going to compromise here and go forward anyway. So you should be registered if you're in this, looking at this video, you should be registered for an online Introduction to Sociology course, and my name is Michelle Bentz, and I'll be the instructor for your course. Just to give you an idea of what I look like and who I am, this is a picture of me. Usually I'm at the ball fields looking out through my car waiting to pick up one of my children at a sporting event. So this is me, Michelle Bentz. That's what I look like. And we're going to pop back over to our screen here. So as I mentioned, this is an online course, and what that means is it is instructor paced. So we have weekly due dates. And in Introduction to Sociology, all of your course material is always due on Sunday evening by midnight. This course is a 10-week course, and you can see this first header up here is that I'm letting you know that there are weekly due dates, and the last day that this course will accept any material is Thursday, July 25th. So no work will be accepted past that time frame. Probably the first thing you want to do is read your course syllabus, and this is a link to your course syllabus, and this will explain all of the material that's due in the course. It'll go over all the learning objectives and the competencies that you're going to learn by the end of this online course. Every week after I finish grading, and I will usually always grade this course Monday and Tuesday mornings, I will post a weekly course announcement, and that will always be located in this link right here. So please always try to check here at least Monday mornings to see any information about the past week's work. I might touch on a few topics. I'll also always give you a heads up of what's due the next week. And these are always posted in the course announcement, and you will always get a copy of this sent to your email as well. You can check them in either spot. It's important to always look at these because, again, I'm giving you a heads up of what's coming up in the next week. Sometimes I explain items, and I also highlight if there's ever a moment or time when maybe we have 2 folders worth of work due. So just give you an idea of how to navigate your course screen if you've never been into a CCC course here. There are tabs up here at the top of your screen. These are important. If you need to check your student email, I would recommend checking it at least weekly. There's also some course resources out here. If you need to download any kind of Adobe product or Firefox, which is the best browser to use for this course, these are all free and you can do that very quickly. And then again, of course, as I mentioned to you, you should check your student email. When you do log in, you'll probably have a quick mail box over here. This is only to compose emails and send them quickly to myself or other people in the course. It is not the place you'll go to check your emails. You must always check your email up here in the email tab. I dock all of my menus over here. If you hit this little gray button right here, that means docking it, and it'll make it disappear, and it makes your screen a little bit bigger. So for example, there is a navigation tab here where you can hop around to any other courses you're registered for. Your course calendar is another important aspect that you'll want to get to know. You can see whenever there's something due by looking at these highlighted pink boxes. What's easier to read, I think, though, are your upcoming events, which will always outline what is coming up due in sequential order. You'll also have an administrative tab where you should be able to check your grades. You'll have a gradebook link. The activities tab is also a nice, quick, easy reference if you want to go just to the assignments and see which assignments are due, or maybe just to the discussion forums, which in our course are open forums, or if you want to go just to your quizzes and see those as well. If you go, though, and click on these tabs, you can see that it'll give you due dates. It'll tell you if you'd submitted it, and when it's been graded, it'll give you a grade as well. So you can see, as I highlighted, everything in this course is always due Sunday evening, except for the last week, which the last day of the class is on a Thursday evening. So those are your assignments. You can see also the quiz or test tab, as I call it. You can see those again are always due on Sunday evenings as well, except for that very last week will end on a Thursday. And then you also have a link to all your discussion forums, which is listed under the Open Forum tab. When you go into your discussion forums, always click on the Discussion tab right here. That's going to start you into My Discussion, and you will post your replies in there. So if we go back to the course homepage here, it's going to be really important you read that course syllabus, and I'll reference that again here in a moment. The other thing is this course provides you, when you registered, you were already locked into a online digital e-text. And this digital e-text has been provided for you. This is the link to your digital e-text. You do not need to log into anything. You don't need a code. It's already full accessible for you once you register for the course. You are charged upfront a small fee. This book is about $41 for this course book. If you already have a book or you do not want to use a digital e-text, that is okay. You just want to scroll down and complete this opt-out process before the last day to free add and drop, which I always post up here in the verbiage here. So for this course, you can see that date's highlighted. So you always want to check your course homepage in terms of what the actual due date is, as this is a recorded video, so it may change slightly. And I also always provide announcements as to when this is coming up. But if you opt out, you will be refunded the book fee and you will no longer have access to the book. So keep that in mind. The only reason you want to opt out and complete this process is if you do not want to use a digital e-text. If you're planning on using it, you can click on this link and it'll pop up for you every time after a short registration. The very first time where you register your CCC email, make sure you use your CCC email, and then you'll have access to that digital e-text. You'll want to read through the Start Here folder. This is also another important place to begin. A welcome to class letter from myself just gives you a little information about me. And of course, you're watching the video now. And then it's really important that you make sure that you look at the discussion requirements and the work to be completed. So if we highlight the work to be completed, just so you have an idea, what will you be completing this summer or whenever you're taking this class? There will be 5 exams, and of course there are over 3 chapters in every book. They are multiple choice. They're worth anywhere from 70 to 100 points. You're allowed to take the exam once. They are timed, and there are no retakes. Then you have about 14 short writing assignments that all pertain to material you're reading in the book and the world around you. I try to make the assignments very applicable to the real world so that you can apply them. These need to be probably at least about a half a page. Each one's worth 20 points. And I do give you some information in here on terms of how those are graded. There are 11 discussion forums, and I'll go over that here in just a moment. I do also provide you study guides that are just a tool for you. You do not need to fill them out and turn them in. It's just up to you as a resource when you're taking the exams. And then there are short videos every so often that usually whenever I show a video, there's going to be some kind of an assignment over it. So you're going to definitely want to reference it in your assignment. And there are 5 options for extra credit. In terms of the discussion forums, again, you can get to the discussion forum on your course homepage within the folder that we're covering, or you can go right to the activities block and go to the open forum. But the big thing that students always miss is that you have to post your reply to my question, as well as you have to reply to at least one other student in the course. If you do not reply to another student in that discussion forum, you will only get half the points and therefore fail the discussion forum assignment. So that's what I highlight here in these discussion requirements. Just some tools in terms of how to answer them. You always want to reply to one of the other students, and that is how I will grade. That's the big aspect of these discussion points. They're worth 10 points. You get 5 for your post, and then you get 5 points for replying to another student. So I usually recommend when you're navigating an online course that always start at the top of the screen and always navigate your way through the course by scrolling down. So you can see our first folder. I always outline when this work is due. When you first log into the course, I should mention too, your course will probably have all the folders collapsed, and that's by this button right here. You'll see it'll probably look like this. When you click on the arrow, it'll open each one of those folders, so I tend to just keep them all open. But each folder will show you the due date. Since this course is over a short duration, or whenever you're taking it, in many instances, there could be times where you have 2 folders worth of work due, such as in the first week. You can see that both the first 2 folders of work are due the first Sunday that you're in the course. So you definitely want to watch and always scroll down a little bit to see what's due each week. On looking ahead to see if there happens to be 2 folders worth of work due. And I will always try to outline that in my announcements. That's why it's important to always listen to those course announcements. So I always mention start from the top and work your way down. That's the order that you want to complete things, because I put them in this order purposely so that they make sense. In many instances, for example, there might be a discussion forum that you need to read a journal article or some short article before you answer the discussion post. And so if you're not on the course homepage, you're going to miss some of those items. So it's important for you to navigate that way. And then, as I mentioned to you, the way you can always see what's coming up ahead is by clicking on the upcoming events tab. So by highlighting that, you can see what's going to be due each week, and even further out. If you know you're going to be gone sometime this summer, you can always see what's coming up as we approach those dates. And so that's a little bit about this course and how to navigate it. The best way to get in touch with me is always via email. I check my email frequently throughout the summer, and so that's the best way to reach me. And if you don't hear from me within usually about 12 hours, then something might have went wrong, and feel free to email me again. That's the best route. If at ever event you're having trouble with technology, please just stop what you're doing and email me and let me know what's happening, especially something like a test or something's not submitting properly. Just email me and let me know. Don't get all frustrated and then spend hours at time trying to fix something that's not a problem. We'll just figure something out and what happened. The only real hard, fast rule I have in this course is always complete the test on time. So keep note of when all the tests and exams are due. I do not open exams back up unless there was some kind of extenuating circumstance, or if you notify me in advance. If you know you're going to be gone, or you know it's impossible for you to take the exam, make sure you communicate that with me in advance and we can arrange a different time. If you just skip an exam and then email me later and ask to reopen that exam and take it, that's my policy, and I do not reopen exams because we're moving at a pretty rapid pace. So always, always communicate with me. If you're in the middle of a test and it's not working or something happens, email me and let me know, and then we can work around that. I do accept late work, so if you ever miss an assignment, I always accept late work. The only thing I will not accept late is extra credit as well as the exam. So that's why it's important to communicate with me and stay on top of things. You can work ahead, just try not to get behind. And if you know you're going to get behind or you're going to be gone for over the time that you're taking the course for a period of time, just shoot me an email and let me know, and then we can work that out so that I'm not counting your work late. Otherwise, I look forward to getting to know you. And if you do have any problems, questions, concerns, please don't hesitate to email me. Thanks so much, and we will be communicating very shortly here as the course gets started.